Remember what you said the other day? What you called the black woman?
Shafani. I'm not gonna.
Hey, oh my God, so funny! You so funny.
It's like the main character is going through something.
Right.
This is my best friend from middle school. We've been like through thick and thin. Her name's Shafani, and then Shafani will be like, "Girl, if you don't stand up and get your man," and it's like, who is that?
Yeah.
What is her story?
And why does she care so much about what's going on with you?
She doesn't have a last name.
She doesn't have a house.
She spawns when the main character is there.
Yeah.
So let's say this is a rom-com about somebody who just met somebody on a plane.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then the plane was like the plane ride was 20 hours long. And as she goes to the bathroom, she keeps calling up Shafani.
Yes.
Shafani is always got time. So they'll like call and be like, "Hey, Shafani, you busy?"
Yep.
"No, girl, I was just doing my nothing."
Yeah.
"What you got going on?"
I was just sitting in a white void. What you got going on?
I just met this guy and he is stunning. What do I do?"
Girl, you better get your man. Hi, it's me, Skyler Higley. This is a Help Me Be Black podcast where we bring on comedians to help me be black. My guest today is a hilarious young man and the voice of a generation. I'll say that.
Oh, thank you.
I'll say that. I'm not afraid to say it.
Which generation?
I don't care. Sammie Mayti, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
What's
How
up?
you guys doing?
What's up?
Do people look at the camera when they
I don't. You do whatever you want with the cameras.
Okay.
It can be incidental. You can pretend like it's just us and like people might be watching, or you can play to the camera when you have something to say.
I'll gym it when you say something crazy. I'm gonna be like this.
Like, oh, look, I didn't wash my ass today. That was a good gym. Wait, now give me one. I want a gym.
Okay. I got you. I've been wearing the same underwear for the past week and a half. What are you looking at? Where do you look? Oh, now you're gymming me?
No, I'm gymming over there.
Oh, okay, sorry. And and then someone put Jell-O in my staplers.
Oh man.
Or what?
And then they were like, "That's the funniest show in the entire world." They went, "That is the best. That's the funniest thing ever."
We need if we're really helping you be black and just by make it macro help everybody be black. We need a black office.
We need a black
the office.
I honestly, like, genuinely, that would be good.
I think so.
And it would be like real if you've worked in office spaces that are like everybody's fully black. It is different.
Yeah.
And in many ways better, but like usually, at least in my experience, it's like everyone in the office is black and then like the boss is white.
Sure.
And then
so it's
that's
still
a little,
Michael Scott in the
yeah, there's still a little like, okay, what's going on here? This is a little weird.
I've never worked in it. I've never worked in an office job with a bunch of black people. My mother has on multiple occasions, and every time she would do a bring your son to work day,
beautiful.
I come in and Gen X plus black people say some of like sentences you have never heard before.
Really horrible things sometimes.
Yes, awful, repugnant, disgusting things, and they just like kind of throw it out there.
Yeah.
They just kind of throw it in the wind.
Right. Hey, I hope he doesn't turn out trans. You're like,
oh,
whoa,
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
Wow.
How did you, that's the first thing on your mind?
Somebody, like, it'll be the janitor. He'll be bald as fuck. And he'll be like, look at that skinny motherfucker over there. And
right.
I'm like, you just met me.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
He want them white girls. You're like, excuse
like, oh
you.
My God.
Excuse you.
What a deep level of projection that you kind of put under a veil of like, I mean, you said it pretty funny. Like,
and that's how they get away with it.
They'll say some pretty awful shit and be like, man, I love when slavery was happening. It's like, I mean, you said it a little funny.
Couldn't have segregated my bus. I'll tell you what.
Who's the comedian? It's probably some comedian said like, you gotta hand it to, we can't say this out loud as white people, but black people sometimes just say stuff funny.
Oh, sure.
And they just have a great way of delivering the things that they say.
I feel like it's either, I'm going to put a couple guesses on the table.
Yeah.
Tom Segura.
Sure.
Bill Burr.
Uh-huh.
Andrew Schultz, maybe.
You're wrong. It was Joe Rogan.
Was it?
I made that
okay.
up.
It just sounds like one of those guys that are like,
they're towing the line a little bit.
I'm
towing the line.
I'm gonna talk about black people, and it's not gonna be negative, but
it's gonna be in reverence.
Yeah, but I feel, I don't know how you feel about that in stand up, but to me, when I see, look, it's not racist, and everybody can talk about what they talk about.
Yeah.
But when I see white guys getting too comfortable with like, all right, so now I'm gonna do my little thing on black people, I'm kind of like, do you have to? Do you have to?
My true opinion of this is, it's less about the substance of it. I'm just tired of like bait and switch race jokes where it's like, it's actually a good positive thing that I'm going to say.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
like, okay, because you're playing to the expectation that we're going to think I'm some schlubby white guy. I'm probably going to say something racist about black people.
Yeah.
Man, I love their food. It's
right.
like, and then an uproarious applause. And it's like, you guys really know how to make it.
It's like,
honestly.
But it's also so easy. It's like all you said was that like, hey, they're not so bad, huh?
it really kind of horseshoes back to being a little racist.
There's like, it's like,
who thought we were kind of bad?
Those types, I don't think they're that dangerous.
They're actually pretty funny.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm glad their dicks are bigger than mine. You're like, what the fuck?
It's like woke. when we do the wokening of like really horrible negative stereotypes, it's like, man, that mandingo is really
yeah.
It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what? Fuck my wife anytime.
Yeah,
like, stop it.
That sweaty
please.
black beast. Oh, he's really good at fucking.
That absolute King Kong of a man.
And it's like, it's a positive spin.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, I need to get off this planet. I can't be here
It's still
anymore.
racial. It still doesn't, look, it doesn't make me feel good in my heart. And I just wish that you would talk about your stuff. Just why don't you talk about you? You stay over there. I talk about me. I talk about my stuff. I stay where I am. Come on.
How about let's all meet as a people, all 7 billion of us, and let's just try to think of something different.
Yeah.
Let's just try to be a little bit, not even smarter, just let's do something different.
Well, I think that is what's very difficult for people because they're like, well, this works. A lot of these white dudes, they be going on the road. They're all over the place. They're going to Ohio.
That's
and they're
true.
like, what's going to make these Ohio people laugh? To be like, black guys, I like them. Okay.
And to that point, maybe
I
they're
get slavery
necessary.
because I would have just wanted to hang out with them.
You ever overhear what they're talking about in slave rooms? They're kind of funny. When I was tilling the soil, I was looking around and being like, man, why are you funny? And I pull him in there. He does a whole stand-up set. Damn. I put some clothes on his back.
All right.
Now he's my live-in stand-up comedian.
Yep. And that's that actually goes really deep because that does make me truly at times doing stand-up, and people have talked about this, but you do sometimes start to feel a little bit like conflicted based on what you're doing, because I think so a lot of my own personal stand-up is sort of trauma informed in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
And like, okay, so there's the one level of, okay, you take that, you make that into jokes and whatever, and that's quote unquote good. But then it's also like, well, so basically what you've done through like the whole identity politics economy is now like commoditized, like being different. And that is to an extent what this podcast does.
Sure.
So I'm not like acting like, oh, you should never do this and this is fucked up. But it does, when you get down to it, make you feel a little conflicted because you go, yeah, but am I just selling this? Am I sitting here selling the identity of whatever but that's kind of weird, huh?
It's something to talk about. It's something to at least bring up. Maybe it's not good or bad. Maybe it exists in a neutral world. Mm-hmm. It's just something to bring up.
It's just a fact. It's just a thing.
Just a little bit of a fact that maybe we are commoditizing our identities in a sense. If we kind of go into more of like, and it seems like you are more inclined, not you, just the general you, inclined to like maybe bring up more things once you run out of trauma to talk about. Sure. It's like, all right, I gotta really like, let's lock in. I gotta talk about my ancestral generational trauma now and really evoke people from 1,000 years ago. Like you start genuine, and then like just the grips of algorithms, and like it like makes you want to like continue to innovate. And what is innovating if it's based on like, I'm black and it's bad to be black?
It's hard to be black, everybody. Yeah, that's what's really tough though, because you're like, well, I want to be honest, and I want to speak to my experience, and I'm not like, you know, I'm trying to have as much fun as possible. I'm trying to be silly, of course. But then you're also like, I don't know, alchemizing. I guess art is going to be inherently problematic if the ingredients that you're pulling from, which is society and your experience, are like also inherently problematic. Like, what else are you going to do? What else am I going to say? I'm not going to not talk about my things, but it is still like, because that I think also would be stupid if I was like, you know, I try to find a balance, but if I was only going up talking about silly shit, then I'd be like, well, what's your perspective? Which is something that pisses me off about so many comedians, where they're just like, well, you know, you ever sharpen your pencil and it's too sharp? You know what? You know how comedians are always talking about how pencils be too sharp?
Yeah, that's kind of a thing that they're always talking about. And I if I'm sitting there in the audience thinking about that for a moment, there is a passing thought in my head that goes like, who'd you vote for in the, in the 2020 election?
And a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't think about that, but definitely, and people can get away with it for a long time. They go, I'm apolitical. Also, that's the craziest thing with the Nate Bargatze stuff recently. No, I'll say his name. I don't care. Why would I care?
Sure. Yeah. What do you, wait, you're talking about, Nate, the lovable, affable father.
Yeah, the lovable, affable father who is a white dude from the South that somehow had no politics. We didn't think he had anything going on.
Why would he?
And then, oh, he's a conservative. He likes Trump. Oh, my God. And everybody's like, I can't believe this. I just thought he was what? What are we talking about?
This missed my desk. Did someone uncover some things about him?
Oh, so
this didn't hit my
Nate Bargatze, the you know, very funny, great stand-up, to be honest. Really good in what he does. But it just was basically revealed recently that he's like conservative and like a Trump supporter and stuff. And the
50-year-old man is a conservative?
A bunch of liberals freaked out.
What are you talking about? He's a staunch Marxist-Leninist.
he's so...
What do you mean?
He's always quoting... He's always saying the bourgeoisie and shit like that.
Nate Bourgeoisie, that's his name.
That's what he... Yeah. He's talking about the material conditions and shit.
All the material conditions of like, I can't use my phone.
I can't use my... You know... So,
the apps shake when I hit it real long and they're scared.
Yeah. So it's like that
Kevin James
thing
joke,
that I guess I get jealous of being able to sort of disappear into like an apolitical, have a specter of apoliticalness that I just simply don't have access to as a dark-skinned black man. So I do have to talk about this shit because it's like, well, it is sort of my entire interaction with everything. So what am I gonna not talk about it? But then in so doing, then we feed back into the system. Fuck up with that.
There's a line, I don't even know how to fully articulate this, but like if you're a part of like maybe even any marginalized community and you want to be like a comedian or an actor or whatever it may be, you can post the most innocuous nothing video ever. Some funny, just pure silly or something. Somebody's gonna mention your skin color or your sexuality or anything. It's like even to even sub bullet point it, you can't make a single video without a comment being like, you look like a black person, like any black person ever. You look like black guy. Yeah, it's like, oh Jesus Christ. Or like you could be slotted in any sort of role or archetype, and you'll find a Troy from Community comment somewhere. If you a little nerdy a little bit, if you got a fucked up cut sometimes, maybe you gonna hit that Troy from Community. It's like some of our peers don't maybe have to deal with that.
Sure, a lot
they
of
can kind of just throw something out there and it stands on its own, and there isn't like another thing over their head.
Or that thing of like, and this has happened to me a good amount of times being on certain platforms or whatever. I've done it, and then you get a handful of like DEI. Look at that DEI right over there. And it's like, man, I didn't even talk about any of that.
Nothing.
I actually didn't even bring anything up. You're sitting here being like DEI. So I can't just microphone. I can't. That's going to be the clip of when I hit it. Clip that.
That limp microphone, flaccid microphone. That could be the caption.
It goes more viral than we've ever had.
Flaccid limp microphone.
Flaccid microphone tries to disrupt point. So I can't exist without so I can't just like have a job. I can't just get to have a job. It's got to be your DEI. That's our DEI. That's the DEI one.
I truly don't know how to put this other than you want to acknowledge identity and race and all of these things, like they're real and they're like the culture that has spawned from it all, wonderful, et cetera, et cetera. There is also a level of like, you can't exist in a vacuum.
Yeah.
Some people have the privilege of existing in a vacuum.
Totally.
You are. It's like Kamala said. You are. You did not fall from the coconut tree.
Honestly, those were such bars.
You've existed of once you came and all before whatever. It's like, oh fuck. You could post something that's like, I got a tree, and it's like,
and like
this black man got a tree.
We could hang you from it.
Oh god.
I've gotten enough of these comments. I know how quickly they go to that.
Oh my god. This was nothing. I did nothing.
I did nothing.
I just look like this.
I just look like this, and I didn't even. And it's like, it's not that I would ever not want to, but it's like, this goes back to this whole Afro pessimism idea. But it's like, you can't never not be that, regardless.
Yeah.
Regardless, you are just black. You are like, you can't just be a person. You are a black person. You can't just be a friend. You are a black friend, which takes us to our topic today. See how I did that? That was pretty smooth.
That was smooth. That was absolutely smooth.
Go ahead and explain what you've brought in for us today as an idea.
There's just so much. Okay. Yeah. Let me dip it. Right.
Yeah. Re-rack.
Okay. Okay. I re-racked and I'm back. So. Flaccid mic. Yeah. Damn, mine's erect.
Yeah, yours is hard as hell, dude. Damn.
I gotta like, it's got the blood flow. Yeah. It's really like pulsating in there.
It's doing a really good job.
On the topic of black friend, did you just gym me?
I gymmed.
You fucker.
I gymmed. I had a gym.
In the vein of black friend, erect, flaccid.
Okay.
Jesus. In the in the shaft of black friend.
Yeah. There we go.
There is a difference in media, in TV shows and movies. There's a difference between a friend who is black, who has a character and a name and a story, and a black friend.
Right.
There's
friends who is black, and then there's black friends.
Then there was blacks who is friends.
Yeah, sure.
Whoa, African American.
Yeah, okay.
A friend who is black is a Winston from New Girl. He has character. He's got a name.
Yeah.
He doesn't fully exist within he can exist without Jess and the rest of the group. He has a whole life around him.
Yeah, he does.
A black friend is, maybe they have a name in the script.
Right.
But they're effectively nameless, a fountain of wisdom and a source of humor for the main character to just like kind of go through their story. And they act as a guide throughout, which, that's, I think for the most part, fine narratively. The main character is the main character and the people are supplementing that main character's journey. It's just, it goes back to my point of all 7 billion of us need to meet for a second and think of something new.
Yeah.
Because we really have just like that narrative archetype is just a black guy.
This is a black guy.
Like a black woman.
Remember what you said the other day? What you called the black woman?
Shafani. I'm not gonna.
Hey, oh my God, Shafani, you so funny.
It's like the main character is going through something.
Right.
This is my best friend from middle school. We've been like through thick and thin. Her name's Shafani. And then Shafani will be like, girl, if you don't stand up and get your man. And it's like, who is that?
Yeah.
What is her story?
And why does she care so much about what's going on with you?
She doesn't have a last name.
She doesn't have a house.
She spawns when the main character is there.
Yeah.
So let's say this is a rom-com about somebody who just met somebody on a plane.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the plane was like the plane ride was 20 hours long. And as she goes to the bathroom, she keeps calling up Shafani.
Yes.
Shafani is always got time. So they'll like call and be like, hey, Shafani, you busy?
Yep.
No, girl, I was just doing my nothing.
Yeah.
What you got going on?
I was just sitting in a white void. What you got going on?
I just met this guy and he is stunning. What do I do?
Girl, you better get your man.
And it's like, and then she hangs up. And then that's it for Shafani.
She back out of existence.
Shafani disappears.
Yeah.
And then spawns again.